everybody? Welcome to the After Chat. Let's have some fun talking about them radios, shall we? Ahoy hoy. Fantastic question. How long will the Ham Radio Deluxe 20% off discount be good for? I did not ask that. I should have. Maybe Dr. Mark is already on the Discord. He may be answering that very question. We will find out shortly.
Step up like a man and give us a call sign. Or beat it. Or beat
There's a mosquito I'm trying to kill, too.
Step up like a man and give us a call sign. Or beat it. Or
How's it going, everybody? What we want to do here, okay? What we want to do is get you on the air, keep you on the air as long as possible by answering your questions. So we do the after chat. I'm a little quiet versus the audio here. Let's duck them down a little bit. I'll repeat. We're live again. This whole period of this show, this whole multi-hour segment we do is answering your questions. If you don't come out with questions, then I got no reason to do this. I'll just hang out and play radio and just talk shop with the bros, if you will. So our goal is to answer your questions first and foremost, as always. That's our purpose. That's our goal. We got a link in the video description to join us on the Discord. We will take your questions live. First and foremost, right up front, right off rip, take your questions live. That's our purpose. So link in the video description, take it. Join us, set the mic, set the speaker, set a PTT button because you treat it like a repeater when you're out here on the Discord because we just have that many people. We need to have that kind of discipline with the microphones. So feel free, do that now, and then we will take your questions live. Hopefully you got them. Hopefully. We've been a little light these last couple of weeks. I wanna boost those numbers here, if you will. Get some more people in here looking for help. But maybe that's a good sign. Maybe there's just so many videos on YouTube. Everybody's getting exactly the help they need. Maybe I can just hang out and talk shop with everybody for a couple of hours. I'd be down for that. We'll turn this into just making contacts, which I'm totally fine with. But I do have a bunch of gear, assorted gear here. We're gonna play around with some stuff. I do want to give a shout out to Wired Communications. They show up, I don't see a website or anything like that, but this group, every big ham fest, they drive from I don't even know I think they're in Arizona. Could be wrong. I think I could look at that. Scottsdale, Arizona. Yeah, I'm right. They drive from Scottsdale to the W6TRW swap meet every month, and they sell connectors and the doodads. The doodads, I'm telling you, is what gets you in amateur radio. The lack of doodads. You need more doodads. I can open this little pouch up that I got there because I picked up a lot of doodads the last time I was out at the W6TRW swap meet. But they go to Hamvention. They go to Huntsville was the last time I saw them. They're out there. So big shout out to Wired Communications. Good people. Literally doing the things that amateur radio operators are looking for. So all right, let's dive into the Discord here and say hello to our friends. Let's see. Let's dive in, see what we got. Got a little decent crew here.
Gonna get you with the Kenwood.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Josh.
Did Dr. Mike join us? Was he able to?
What's his moniker?
He did drop his coupon code in the chat, but I don't see him here anymore.
Okay. So let's see. I want to check to make sure he's not having technical difficulties. All right. Well, so I don't know the answer to how long that coupon code will be good for the 20% off, but at the same time, there you go. 20% off if you use HRCC20 in the chat. Not in the chat, in the actual purchasing of Ham Radio Deluxe, and then you'll be able to get access to beautiful things like the full dark mode logger and all the things. I haven't started the node yet. Hold on. Let me get my DX node going here. Get the cluster going. Where my cluster's at? Oh, because I'm on 10 meters. Let's do 40. There you go. There's the 40-meter cluster. All right, how's it going, everybody? What's been going on?
How's it going?
Very well. I'm doing very well. How are you?
Doing great. Just got a Baofeng DM32 today. Very excited about it.
DM32. Okay. All right. Did you get the programming cable to go along with that? What kind of accessories you're rocking, or where are you at right now?
Oh, I've had the programming cable to get for a while now, since I've had my original Baofeng, just the same USB to serial.
Mm-hmm.
It came with some of the standard cheapo accessories: the speaker mic, the earpiece with the test PTT,
Yep.
a couple of crappy antennas. So I went to HRO, got a better one, and yeah, now just to figure out DMR.
Well, you're not going to do that on the Baofeng. Wait. Is that the Baofeng for DMR? I could be.
Yes, it is.
It is a DMR.
Yeah, the
Baofeng.
DM32.
Oh,
Does
32.
DMR.
Yep. Okay. Have you pulled up the programming software for that yet?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, it's not a joke. It's still not trivial to just use a DMR radio. There's still a lot of stuff that you have to do DMR effectively. Are people still? So back in my day, when DMR was kind of a new thing, you could go to like a repeater group in the area, and you could download a code plug for the local repeaters. Are people still doing that? Can you go get like a local code plug from like a website for a repeater group or anything like that?
That's something I'm going to have to look into.
Do they do that up where you're at, Frank, or am I just down in the weeds here because I'm just so deep with DMR?
They do have that a little bit up here in NorCal, but Josh, I'm going to say hold my beer. Back in my day, we only had Motorola radios, and we had to program that from scratch and ask somebody who knew the information what it was in order to program it in. We didn't have repeater book for it. We didn't have a club code plug. We had nothing.
Back in my day,
we had to do that by stenciling it in with pen and paper into the code plug.
It is literally like DMR has become there is like a noob era of DMR. Like when DMR radios like first hit, you're like, man, what is this? What is this black magic people are doing? And they're like, oh, it's amazing, but you must learn the way of the code plug. And it was this deep lore, this deep magic that you had to learn. It's like, I don't know what a color is. What is my color? Why are there color codes with my radio that I want to talk on? It was it's a crazy time. Crazy time.
It was wild for sure.
Yeah. I don't know that it's gotten any better though. It hasn't really, right? Or did everybody just give up and go on hotspots? I think that's what happened. I think that's what happened.
Well, I'm not going to call out the particular system that does this, but when there's a giant repeater system that goes, no, it is on level with Papa and my hate books though. When they go, oh, we saw you key up for 5 minutes on this one talk group on our repeater that isn't linked to anything else. Please don't do that again. We only approve of these talk groups. Yeah, I'd rather not.
Well, okay. That's a whole deep, dark hole that we can dive into. You know, kids, I will say, if you do like them digital radios, there is nothing wrong with cutting your teeth on a hotspot just to get started, because you can get comfortable in programming, you can understand it a little bit more, and then you can get into the world of actually programming a radio to connect to a repeater. That's a whole different ball of wax from my point of view, at least from my experience. So, yeah, okay. What else is going on with people in the chat? Let's touch base. Let's touch grass with the ham radio community. How's it going?
It's slowly turning into sugar with all the extra Halloween candy.
Oh yeah, we're all getting the diabetes out here. I think so. I think
Yeah,
that's probably true.
It was raining cats and dogs up here yesterday, so I think we had 3 kids come by.
I had a fairly standard group of people. I probably had a total of 60 people, and then 50% were adults. So it was a 30-30 mix. And that's about status quo. So wife buys way too much candy, and then I end up just being like, here, give all the candy to the kids. Here, take 5 pieces, go, go, go. All the parents were rolling around with Yeti, little Yeti cruiser mugs full of booze. They all told me that too. They're like, I'm drinking beer. This is great. Like, what the hell are you doing here with the ham radio? I did set up a ham radio station. I was handing out candy and playing some radio while the kids were walking around. It was fun. It was fun for me. So
the only Halloween I had was I got myself a Hershey's bar and a Three Musketeers bar, because the town I live in, we have trunk or treat for the handful of kids that live here in town, but for the most part, and especially my subdivision of town, the only trick-or-treaters that are out are the teenage hooligans or the 65-year-olds that have nothing better to do and are screaming, "Get off my lawn!"
there you go. I like KC9 USB's whole steez there. He said, I handed out Baofangs. Yeah, man. Yeah, you gotta do it in some way or the other. There you go. So, okay, let's open it up to first timers. Anybody out here for the first time, never been on the show before, right? Never hung out with us on the Discord. If you're here for the first time, would like to say hi or ask a question, hit that PTT button and let me know right now. Is there anybody? We're kind of light this week, so I'm not surprised entirely, but we've got plenty of things to talk about. So, all right, I'll wait a second. People still playing with their settings, maybe? I don't know, but I do see Steve in the chat, and Steve is the reason why I bought this. Here is my my new service monitor that I picked up. And yes, those Spurs are my official Dirty Talk Pod Spurs that I pulled out for this video. So a beautiful piece of technology. Look at that. Look at that that bar that just scrolls up the top. I have an upgrade kit. I have it already to upgrade that to VGA so I can plug it into the live stream. Very excited about that. But right now I just have a camera zoomed in on it. So I will be talking about this in a little bit, but I don't know. I think maybe we'll make a little bit of contacts. Maybe we are exploring the world of just everybody has all the ham radio questions answered that they need, and I don't need to do this anymore. I can just make contacts. I can just talk about the fun stuff I like. Well, wait, somebody just as I said that, somebody's like, "No, I got a question. If the government was open, how long does it take to receive your technician call sign? I just passed my test. Thank you, Josh." Well, congratulations. Cheers, you. But okay, straight up. There are so many people who got their license during the shutdown. I am so sorry about that. That sucks so bad. It should take like a couple of days for you to get your call sign at this point. They have got it so smoothed out that you don't really need to wait for it. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's insane. So I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. And we hit November 1st, so that's bad news. It's going to continue for a while, I'm sad to say. But, yeah. Got my ticket during COVID. Congratulations, Brick. Oh, yeah, Brickhouse. You've been around for a little while. Appreciate you, man. Good job. Yeah, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start my Ham Radio Deluxe. Oh, no, I have it already open. Okay, so here's what I want to show off. So here's Ham Radio Deluxe in all its glory, right? So we were talking about this earlier on the show, but I'm now going to open WSJTX. Are you ready for this, guys? You ready for this? Dark mode. WSJTX, the new candidate release of WSJTX has dark mode. And if we pull up Grid Tracker, we're fully dark moded out. Everything is dark moded. I love this.
So I'll add on to what Chris said. Seen it where you've been. Okay, WSJTX may now have it. JTDX, however, has had that for like a year now for dark mode.
No, I get it. I know. But if you're talking about like an official release of Ham Radio Deluxe, that's like serious business. By the way, that's 10 meters. Wait, can I hit a VK on 10 meters right now? No way. Okay, hold on. I have to rotate the beam. All right, hold on. We're going to halt this. We're literally... Okay, 10 meters has been open for the last couple of days now, so I am going to rotate the beam and see if I can actually snag a VK. We are rotating. Thou must rotate. So, rotating around right now. My antenna be moving. I am going to chase down, hopefully, this VK station. Because I heard them on the back end of my beam, and they are hearing me. So 10 meters, hopefully. Okay, here we go.
And if I read that on screen right, that's Graham too. He has a nice setup down there.
Okay, all right. This is good. We're going for Australian contacts. Morning for them, I guess. This is awesome. 10 meters has been hot today. So what's kind of crazy is what you would expect to see on like the peak of the solar cycle, where 10 meters stays open well into the evening. Haven't seen a ton of that. 10 meters has been kind of a little lofty, but I'll take it where I can get it. We can get those contacts right now. Let's do it. And then I can throw the logger up. Look at the logger. It's black. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's not getting me. He's not hearing it. I don't think he's seeing it.
It's lunchtime down there, so he's probably having fun on a lunch break.
All right, New Zealand, -16. Let's go New Zealand.
Speaking of 10 meters, if everybody would look for KI5WES tomorrow around 1:30 Central Standard Time on the POTA website, I'm taking a 10-meter export radio that does 500 watts out to do a POTA.
Okay, man. I like it. Good for you. Oh, we got it. We got one. PWD. Let's go. He got me at a +3. I got him at a -14. So here we go. Yes. I love it. Wait. Can I wait? Okay, hold on. We gotta log it, and then we're gonna go into. There's literally like nothing on that waterfall. That waterfall barely has anything on it. Oh, we got it. We closed it out. There it is. Got it. Okay, so now if I pull up him, no, wrong one.
While you're pulling that up, Tim says he's hearing you in Guam as well.
No, we got Guam. Let's make the contact in Guam. Let's go. So it's pulling up QRZ right now. Ham Radio Deluxe linked up with QRZ. I think I'm auto-linking with QRZ, so I'll have to figure out how to make this link. I think I had it all set up, but I'll make sure I get it sorted out. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, let's make those contacts. Love that. Actually pretty good. I think I can actually just enable CQ at this point because my station's going off a little bit on 10 meters here, so we'll just do that in the background. I will talk about something. Something was sent to me. Before we do that, though, I'm gonna take one last call because I'll tell you what, I'll transition this whole after chat just to be having fun. We've been doing.
Hey, Josh.
Okay, go ahead.
I put the first question in the first live stream with Ham Radio Deluxe, and I'm a little agitated because I checked my host's file, and it does not have anything in there regarding to any hack, crack, or whatever, but it still will not install.
What? What are we talking about? Hold on. Okay, what are you talking about? Can you drop a? Did you have an image or something that I missed? I might have missed it.
No, what? So when you go to authenticate it with, I just wanted to try it to see if it was worth the spending the money on it, and you get the 30-day code. I put the code in, and it says it gives me the error that it can't authenticate, and you go into the little link that it has, and it says, oh, you've had a hack or a crack on it. Please check your Windows 32, System 32 hosts folder and file. And yeah, there's nothing in there, and I'm frustrated.
I've never even heard of that. Has anybody in the chat heard of that? Before I try and dive in deeper. Otherwise, I'm going to tell you to reach out to HRD support and see how you can get that sorted out. Have you heard of that before? Anybody in the chat?
Anybody?
Doesn't sound like it. I think it's a first timer.
All right. So what I'll do is I'll run it, take an image of it, and send it off to you and put it in the live stream chat.
Oh,
but yeah,
somebody just said delete the host file. I mean, that's always a way to go. Delete the host file. That's kind of weird, though. I don't fully understand why you're getting impacted by that.
I
don't
know either. It's boggling my brain, and I was really, really frustrated, and I was trying to get on it this morning, and yeah, it just didn't work.
Yeah, man, that is kind of weird.
Yeah, let me boot it up and see if because I've got my trial key. I downloaded the software, and yeah, it just it says error.
So, Tio, Jody just posted a link in the chat on how to take care of activation fails after that exact issue. And yeah, if not, I would say drop a line to HRD for sure.
Try that out. Jody's got the link in the Discord.
I've already done all this, and yeah, it does not. I can't do it. I've checked I've gone through the activation fails after cracked version, blah blah blah. I've never had HRD on this computer, so that's what's curious to me.
That is curious.
Where did you get the install file?
Say again.
Where'd you get the install file?
Right from HRD.
Okay. Are you sure that they? Well, yeah. I'm not going there. But the other thing is too. It could be it's possible, but you can check with them. They may have blacklisted your ISP.
Yeah, you probably have to contact them at this point. Once you've gone through the rabbit hole of following their article on getting out of that space, you probably should just contact them.
That is crazy. Oh, well, I'll figure something out. I don't know. I'm just kind of beating my head against the keyboard right now.
Yeah, a little bit. I can see that. Yeah.
Or do what us professionals do and install a virtual machine with a new version of Windows on it and try it from that new version of Windows inside the virtual machine. No, I'm kidding. That's a lot
of work. I was going to say that's a lot of work, man.
Yeah, I can do it in a couple of minutes, but yeah, sure.
Couple of minutes? Ah, come on now.
Yeah.
Don't be lying. Set up the VM for sure, but not like just have it set up and running in the background and then just load it up.
I have Windows virtual machine images or disk images. You just stick it underneath the created virtual machine and it's up and running.
I got disk images in my pocket. I just pull out a disk image and we're good to go. Whatever you want.
Hey, Tio, do you have VPN at all?
Oh, that's
I do, but it's not turned on.
Oh.
Okay. I was going to say that might be an issue. Yeah, I would say too bad Dr. Mike didn't stick around. I mean, I understand they want to watch the World Series, but that would be a very interesting one.
All right, I stuck it in the chat.
Oh, don't send no, don't send that. Jesus. Hold on. You're don't do that. That was your stream. That was your key, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like you put
Well,
your
I was
key.
trying to black it out, and obviously it didn't black out.
Oh, okay. Don't do that. Don't do that again. Just contact the support at this point. Like I okay. You should download it. You should install it. If you ever used it before, you should get this update. It's a big update. But at the same time, like if you're having issues like that, just go ahead and contact them.
Yeah, like I said, I've never used it on this computer, so I was mind boggled. I've used it on other computers, but I've never had it on this computer. This is my main PC, and setting things up, and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna try this out. But nah, it's not happy.
So he turned
and
off.
I have contacted them.
Yeah, you turned off the VPN, so you should be good to go there. So okay.
Oh yeah, that was the first thing I thought of.
All right. There you
go.
Oh
well.
Yeah. Give him a call. Should be should be an easy fix, I think. Probably something happened that's not related to you necessarily, and they'll get it sorted out. So, all right, I think 10 meters is officially dead. Although I'm getting in Japan and a number of other things, which is kind of cool. But I think I'll rotate me my antenna here, and let me stop that. Oh wait, no, we got somebody. Oh crap! Of course.
Don thinks he's funny.
I'm serious. I really think that's what they're going to tell you to do. Because they're going to see, they're going to, I mean, obviously when you're trying to install it, seeing something in your system, and they're not going to know what it is. They're going to, I mean, you might get lucky and they do, but if they don't, that's about the only thing they can recommend. And I know it's a pain, but I'm in a situation right now where mine is messing up, and I'm not going to reinstall it. I just live with it. I mean, I just know I'm not going to be able to stick a USB stick in this thing.
Yeah, see, I've got way too much stuff built in this, and it would probably take me a year to get this back to where this computer is. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I've got a ton of Steam games on here that are in various places, and I don't want to lose any of that.
States of play.
You're damn right.
That's right, man. I wish I had a catalog of games that I'm in the middle of playing. What's a game that came out recently? I'll have to think about it. It's like the Vampire. No, it's Vampire Hunter. It doesn't matter. I'll have to think about it later. It'll come back to me. But all right, let me talk a little bit. Let me talk a little bit about test equipment. So for a while now, we've been using the tiny essays, the $100 boxes to test radio equipment, and we've had fun. We've all had fun. It's been a good time. But I think that a lot of us are gonna have to start turning into some more expensive equipment, and I did pick up a service monitor. Oh, geez, this guy is still not hearing me. Hold on. Let me go back. Got a King Henry station. I got to hit the King Henry. Oh, we're going this way. All right. I went away too quick. I'm literally rotating the antenna right now to try and get this contact going. Hopefully he got it. I hope he got it, but I don't think he did. I'm going to wait a second.
Is there a way to tell the difference between a King Henry Hawaii and a King Henry Guam?
Yeah, KH6 versus KH2.
Yes, KH6. Yeah, so this is a KH6. This is a
Okay.
King Henry, Hawaii.
Oh, I've worked a KH7, but
Well, you can see the little yellow line above my head too. That's to Hawaii. Let's see if we get him. Let's come on, dude. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. Let's go. Come on. Give me the 7th. I already logged it, by the way. If you got that, like, we already logged it. We're good. If you're watching me right now, we're good. That is a CRT. Yes, that piece of equipment is a CRT. Okay, he didn't reply, so I'm going to assume we're good there. So I'm going to rotate the antenna back. And we're going to switch over to 40 meters.
So I'll drop this in chat for you, Don. But KH0 is Mariana Island, KH1 is Baker and Howland Island, KH2 is Guam, 3 is Johnston, 4 is Midway, 5 is Palmyra and Jarvis, 5K is Kingman Reef, 6 and 7 are Hawaii,
okay.
and yeah, there's a whole list that.
Yeah, I've never looked into it. Thanks, Frank.
So let's see if
So
I can
I just dropped that.
back this up a little bit so you see the operating space a little bit. So, okay. So this is a service monitor. And the idea with a service monitor is that it will handle like input of 60 watts, and you can get some that'll get you over 100 watts. And you can do both transmit and receive testing, right? So that's the big thing there, is that you can test a myriad of devices in different ways, right? And so that's kind of the advantage of a device like this. Although there's not like a ton of new service monitors coming out, a lot of folks are going down the rabbit hole of like, well, let's just get a spectrum analyzer, which, by the way, that's what this is. This is the spectrum analyzer that you're seeing on the screen. But I can switch it around and I can just show you like receive side, meaning let's test the receiver capability of a radio. So this is my trusty my trusty example of a bad radio, the talk pod. Always on the list of a radio I bring. Wherever I'm going to test a radio, I bring good radios, or what I think might be good radios, in the talk pod, just for a comparison of how bad they can be. So it's so easy to show. See, this is a spur, and then that's the fundamental frequency. That's the frequency you're transmitting on. And that's a spur, and that's a spur, and that's a spur, and that's a spur. This is an example of a bad radio for transmit. This is like, we don't like this, right? Because literally, I want everybody to understand like what we're saying. And in fact, where's my... where is my... There it is. Okay, hold on. All right, when you have a fundamental frequency here, but then you have a spur here, well, that's power that you're transmitting into that space, and there and there and there and there and there, and you're getting heard on all those frequencies. All those frequencies. Someone is hearing you transmit potentially. And yes, I took this radio. I took this radio to a park. Actually, I take it back. I took it farther than the park. I took it basically close to a half a mile away from my house, this radio. And I was transmitting on a harmonic, not the fundamental. It was not 2 meters. It was not the high fundamental up here. It was down here, like the second or third harmonic. And I was hearing myself at the home shack. Like literally hearing my full transmission in FM, no problem. Like I was a full copy. So that's why we test a lot of these radios, and I think that's why testing is important. So I will swap this out. So I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna take a shift and hold. So now we've gone back to a regular spectrum reading. And I'm going to grab another radio just as an example, the Baofeng Mini in clear prison garb. And let's plug it up, and then I'm gonna transmit into this. All right, so 3. Oh, it helps if it's on. And so then, yeah, you see, you only have one. The fundamental frequency is what's displayed there. So I'm gonna hit Shift, hold. So I'm now holding the frequency there. But yeah, so right off the rip, you're like, okay, that's great. Cool thing about a device like this, again, I already said it, but it's 60 watts. I'm able to take in mobile radios. I'm able to take in a myriad of other radio capabilities. And yeah, it'll go low, very low megahertz, very high megahertz, so we can do testing down to, HF spaces. In fact, we should probably do that. Actually, that might be kind of fun. Ooh, maybe we'll test a single sideband radio. I don't know. That might be really fun.
Hey, Josh, you may want to add some averaging to that. If you hit the shift and your increment times 10, there's the AVG function, and then you can add the number of samples or averaging instances to add.
Can you tell me how to do that? Can you tell me how to do that?
Yeah, hit the shift key, hit the blue shift key.
Okay.
And hit the times 10, increment times 10. It's just to the upper right in the data functions area.
Above the knob.
Oh, it's not a shift. That's a ref set.
Yeah, there's a blue shift. There's to the lower left of to the lower right of the screen. Hit that, and you gotta hit them both. Well, actually, yeah. No, go ahead and hit the AVG. There you go. Hit the
and then reference set.
Increment times 10. It's right above the up arrow.
Oh, I'm in hold. That's why. Hold on. It doesn't like that. Hold on.
I think you hit the wrong button. You're looking for AVG.
Yeah, you hit ref set.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe.
You can lead a horse to water.
No, wrong button. All right, increment. You'll see it in blue. The shift functions are in blue.
Average, right?
You hit the wrong button. Yeah, there you go. So hit the shift key, and then it's the increment. Go. No, not that one. That's the times 10. You hit increment plus 10. If you notice above those keys, there's blue text. Those are the shift functions. There you go.
Yeah, and then I did, but it says invalid keystroke.
Oh, depending on what mode you're in, you may not be able to. Depends on what mode you're in. So actually, what you can do is, I'd have to give you a quick Reader's Digest version of how to use the menu. But if you cursor over to where it says controls, right now it says RF in. If you highlight main, you'll actually be able to bring up a different set of menus. It might be a little bit. Might be something we want to do not here, but I can show you how to do that, because then you can add some averaging.
Oh, okay. Help. Well, but I am hitting shift and then average, but it's saying invalid.
Yeah, you may be in the wrong mode. There's different modes. Some of those.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay,
yeah, some of
I gotcha.
The averaging is not available in every regime. It also depends what options you have installed as well.
Yeah. Okay. I hear what you're saying. Hold on.
But you get some time someday. We can walk through. I'll give you the Reader's Digest version of that.
Mm-hmm.
But that is a class piece of gear. That is one of the better service monitors available.
Well, we haven't even gotten to my favorite part yet, which is going to be the SINAD testing. So I'm not even there. We're not even there yet. Hang on, everybody. We're going to talk about SINAD testing. So if
I
you
like
think,
my Ritsu.
Oh, so go ahead, Don.
And for every technician out there, this is what you have to do. You have to buy one of these before you buy your Baofeng.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, keep in mind, there's a distinct difference between a service monitor and a dedicated spectrum analyzer. So this is a service monitor, which has a very different function. While it does have a spectrum analyzer, it's not a full-blown implementation of a spectrum analyzer that you would find in a more dedicated instrument.
Well, Steve, why don't you elaborate on the difference there, since we have people that are listening so they understand?
Well, a service monitor is exactly that. It's a test instrument that you would find in a radio service shop. So if you needed to test deviation, if you needed to test sensitivity, if you needed to test just a quick go no go to make sure that your radio isn't putting out lots of spurs all over the band, service monitor is something you would do to do performance measurement. To do a proof, we call proof of performance, and in post repair to ensure that the radio is performing as spec'd. If you were doing really deep measurements, like you really wanted to find, if you were really doing like phase noise measurements, or you're doing measurements that really required spectrum analysis, then you would use a spectrum analyzer for that. It's capable. It's set up specifically for either FM, for two-way, CDMA, 5G, Bluetooth, whatever it's geared to. That particular unit can be kitted or outfitted depending on the options for a number of different regimes. It can be outfitted for CDMA. It can be outfitted for FM service, two-way, narrowband, and wideband FM. There's a bunch of different options for various missions that instrument would be used effectively in.
Yeah, right on. Well, thank you for clarifying that. That is very helpful. Yeah, let's see. Oh, I lost that guy. There you go. What's going on with my my WSJ2? Trying to make contacts in the background here, but yeah, go ahead. Was somebody talking?
Oh, I was just kind of giggling. I've got a Viavi 8800 and an Aritsu Sightmaster that I use with work. So I like the touch screens. I like the pretty colors. The old green CRTs, they bug my eyes, but I like the new color stuff.
I own both of them. Oh, you have the color ones. You have the Sightmaster S3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the S2 and the S3. I do like the S3.
I like the old Sightmasters with the gray screens, though. Those are kind of cool.
Those you can drop off a tower at 60 feet, and they will work.
Yeah, actually, I've seen that.
Oh, ask me how I know.
Exactly. You can't drop a Viavi 8800 off a tower, though. They're just too damn big.
You'll just hurt somebody below, period.
Exactly.
Let's see. Andrew has a question. Josh, when will you do more videos with your Go box you built a while back? I do videos with that every year, at least once a year, at the Ham Radio Crash Course Campout. So in April, when we go camping, I always bring the Go box, and I would like to throw a 7300 Mark II in there, maybe. Maybe put a external monitor on it or something like that. That would be fun. But yeah, that's when I do it. When I use it the most. Usually, I have to have a need for something that will be set up for like 2 days. Otherwise, I feel you can just use just about any radio at that point. If it's like less than a day, yeah, any radio is going to be good for you on that one. Hope that makes sense. So yeah. Oh, so Jody says I'm hearing a lot of cheering from the other room watching, so I'm gonna have to bail. Jody's headed out. Oh no, I don't know what to do without Jody. Jody's our fact checker.
Not only fact.
He drops all the memes.
I was gonna say meme too.
Where will we go for memes at this point? We're lost without the memes. So I obviously didn't know that I was going live at the same time as the Dodger game because I don't follow sports. I don't. Not that I have anything against it. I just don't. So hey,
I don't either.
Shout out to all my non-sports fans that are watching right now.
So this is why Jody heard yelling and screaming. It's the bottom of the 6, and the Toronto Blue Jays are 3-2 against the Dodgers.
Oh, 3-2. They gotta get Ohtani pitching. So that's all I heard this week in the in the office. It was like we gotta make Ohtani pitch more. Where's the Ohtani? Apparently Ohtani. By the way, I did completely my algorithm fed me a video about Ohtani, comparing him to like Babe Ruth, because Babe Ruth also pitched, and Ohtani's like pitching and batting record is better than Babe Ruth by like an insane amount. So shout out to Ohtani. That's awesome. Good for you. But there you go. That's all I got about sports. When people start doing like data like comparison, then I'm in. But other than that, I'm not a big follower. I'm not, truly.
I look at it this way. Unless it's the San Francisco Giants playing in the World Series, or it is one of the Brazilian or Italian teams playing real football, not the American pigskin, but real football, I don't do sports.
Well, come on, Frank. You don't watch cricket?
No.
So Nismore asked, "Do I own a sports T-shirt?" I have 2. I have a Rocket City Trash Pandas shirt because I think that's hilarious. Huntsville, Alabama, long lineage of space and aerospace. So for me, it was like, yes, I went to the Toyota field and I picked up the Rocket City Trash Pandas shirt. Now, what's cool about that is they're a feeder team for the Los Angeles or the Anaheim Angels. So I was like, okay, sure. And then I also got, which has not been shown on the chat, I picked up a jersey, which I would not have normally bought, but it was the Alabama White Sauce jersey, which is insane because it's literally like a red jersey that has a bottle of white sauce just spraying all over the place. It's stupid. It's so dumb. I'll wear it on stream one day, maybe next week. I don't know, but yeah, there you go.
I don't do sports either.
They're my 2 sports. They're my 2 sports that I got. That's all I got for sports. Oh no, don't do that.
I only watch golf. I'm sorry.
I had a neighbor that watched golf a lot, and I ended up watching golf with him like a decent amount, particularly when like Tiger was like peak Tiger Woods. Yeah, I could see hanging out, drinking beers, doing that kind of stuff. Like that's cool. I think that's fine.
One thing I watch, one of the YouTube channels I watch religiously is the guy Brooks Holtz, and he does mini golf. Travels all over the United States with his girlfriend doing mini golf, and I watch every single episode of that.
Well, I mean, like mini golf, okay, I can see why.
Yeah, they're not pros; they just do it for fun, and they're just showing you the course. But I mean, there's so many variations of that of the courses around the country. It's just fascinating to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? I just I don't have a ton of enjoyment for just watching other people play. I will play sports, but as I'm getting older, it's like, oh my gosh, what am I signing up myself to do here?
Yeah.
If it's Ben that I'm playing against, it's like that's not going to work out really well.
Yeah, you don't take your kids to play mini golf, do you?
Oh yeah, plenty of times.
Oh yeah, so it's fun.
Well, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but like golf is different from mini golf, and I'm.
Oh yeah, and I do actually watch golf, and honestly, that's one of the sports where the ladies' version of it is just as entertaining as the men's.
I agree. Yeah, for sure. All right, so maybe I will now let's talk about Synad. So let me go back here. What's the best way to do this? Yeah, let's do this. So I got a couple of things to talk about on today's show, but Synad was an interesting thing. It's always been a fascinating part of radio testing for me. In fact, I think that it's It is the reason why I went with a service monitor personally, because of what we can do with it. So SINAD, or signals to noise ratio and distortion, is generally based on a negative 12 dB standard. So what you're trying to do is using your device here. Where's my device? My device. I will generate a tone into a radio. Oh, Tim, you got a hot mic. Tim, you got a hot mic. Tim, unkey your mic. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, he's gone. So with a device like this, I can generate a tone into the radio we're testing, the device under test, right? And then we can feed out an audio signal back into the device, and then it will give you this SINAD test. And that will give you relative radio sensitivity. And the idea is that you would, if you were a technician, would look at the spec sheet for that radio to determine where they tuned it. And so we can look up radios and say, like, what was their 12 dB SINAD? And yes, it's a real thing. Like, in fact, the Baofeng Mini has, like, I think a 12 dB SINAD of negative 119 dB, something along those lines. But you can put radios against each other, and you can kind of get a general comparison against, like, their performance on the receiver space. So I will show you what that looks like. First, though, no, we'll just show you live here. So, all right, we got the test set connected here. So I'm going to hit the preset button, and then I'm gonna hit receive. So I hit the receive button. So now it's spun over to SINAD, and we got a bit of a light. Let's see, can I turn that? That's cool-ish. Okay, so we got the Baofeng Mini connected here, right? But what we don't have is the general audio coming in. So I will take a plug that I have on the side of the unit here. This guy, right here, this guy. And I'm going to get it connected into the radio. And so what that does is it should, once we adjust it a little bit, it should give us the ability to receive in the exact signal that the radio is transmitting or hearing. Not transmitting, hearing. Very important. This is a difference. This is the receive side. So I'm going to plug this guy in. But the radio's not seeing anything. You see how the light's like, it's dead. There's no light there. You should see a little green line on the top. Okay, fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the operating or receive frequency. I'm going to go to 146.520 and lock it in. And then now we've got a green light. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm getting a signal. Right? So then what we're going to do is we're going to lower down the amplitude to negative 60. And lock that in. Now I'm going to adjust the radio frequency itself. So the physical output of this radio, I'm going to take that little knob there and I'm going to adjust it until it's about 0.3 is what we're aiming for. So, went too far. Pretty touchy. So that's about good. And so what I want to do here, see how this bar now is fully illuminated to 24 dB? We want to bring this down to about 12 dB, and that's the SINAD test. So I'm going to go into my amplitude, and I'm going to start cranking it up, meaning I'm basically decreasing the signal. And we should see that line start to break away at the 12:15. Yep, there it is. It's starting to break away. Okay, so we are at negative 126 dB, and you can see it's jumping around a lot. It's flittering. Now, there is a way I can adjust that a little bit. So I'm gonna pause here, and I'm gonna go to AFANL, And I'm going to go down my menu setting until I get to settling. And I'm going to go to slow. And then I'm going to hit RX again. And that should calm it down a little bit. And it did. Yeah, so somewhere between -20, 125, and -126 is about 12 dB SINAD. Hopefully you're seeing that okay. I think you are. So that gives us a general output capability of the radio, and you're like, okay, well, what does that, what does that mean? Well, let's pull up the web here. Maybe. Yeah. So if we pull up the Baofeng Mini specs, let's go to the Baofeng website. And if, so you're going to get a lot of the normal purchasey stuff, but usually towards the bottom, that's where you might get, 12 dB SINAD, receive sensitivity 12 dB SINAD. And it says, this radio is generally 0.25 microvolts against 12 dB SINAD. So you can, if you are so inclined, you can do a microvolt to dBm calculator. Or you can just do the math, I guess, if you want to do that too. But so this should be not impedance. Yeah, this guy. What was it? -25? It was 0.25. 0.25. So we can go 0.25. 50 ohms. What has happened here? I don't want my favorites. What just happened? Oh, this tool's broken. Okay, great. So then this is why you should just do the math. There you go. Just do the math. Or Steve could probably do it in his head right now. So this is saying that for this radio at 0.25 microvolts against a 50 ohm impedance, which I'm assuming that's the right calculation because that's against the antenna, that we should expect to see a -1.6.74 dBm. But I'm seeing something more along the lines of -126. So that means the receiver is more sensitive, hypothetically, than it was tuned to. So does that mean, like, if I grabbed another Baofeng Mini and I tested it, I should probably go grab another Baofeng Mini and do just that, that we should expect some kind of variance? Because that kind of points to, why are they not lined up with their spec? Steve, am I doing this right, or am I totally off? Where am I at right now? You still there? Oh, Steve's there, but he's not responding.
He probably went to watch that sports ball.
He's watching the sports ball right now. That's what he's doing. Oh, my big old head is blocking the actual amplitude, which is -126. That's a good point. Well, I mean, there is, but I don't know. The way I look at it, the way I look at a lot of testing stuff, well, okay. So radios are tested by the FCC. And yes, we went through Sorry, that took me out. Dismore, you got me. So the FCC obviously says, like, thou shall must test their radios, right? We want spurious emissions tests, a number of other stuff. But then, like, general sensitivity testing, like how sensitive the radio is, like, that's not something that's generally, like, required by the FCC. They don't say you must hit at least -19 dB or -119 dB, 12 dB SINAD. They don't really care. Like, they're just like, yeah, you're not spuriously emitting all over the place. So then it becomes a curiosity of the consumer, like, how good is your radio actually? And so the stated spec sheet is about I don't know 115 to -119 for the Baofeng Mini, but I'm hearing it on this service monitor as -126. So what does that mean to me is that this radio is a little bit more sensitive than than it was stated to be. Is that good or bad? I mean, depends, depends on how you're using it. If you put like a super high gain antenna on it, it might not work very well. You might be overloading the front end of the radio, which is something you'll have to deal with. There's a number of things, the way to look at it like that. So, yeah, it's a cool test. And if you compare a lot of radios against each other, it's like it's a fun thing to do, I think. But
yeah, but then when did you test your 7760?
My 70, I haven't tested it yet.
No, we don't need to.
Why not? What do you mean?
The reason is, if you actually look at the rules, in the rules, what it says is if you interfere with another station, then you must correct it. That's really the only consequence of not testing. So if you don't test and you interfere, then you have to take steps to correct it. But there's nothing there. All it says in the rules is these are the things that you can test too. But it doesn't show. The only consequence of not doing so is that if you interfere with somebody, you must correct it. That's it. And I'm okay with that. I'll correct it if I get, if I interfere with somebody. And on a 5-watt radio in the middle of frickin' nowhere, I'm not going to interfere with anybody.
Sure, but like head to head, when we're looking at like radios of a comparison of like, should I buy this radio or not buy this radio? Some of these tests are actually, fun to do. They're like super, super cool to do.
But
and so that's, that's.
It just I don't know. It's just one of those things to me, is that we all spend all this time testing these Baofengs and the HTs, but we never take it forward into HF and elsewhere.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take that thing to HF. I'm gonna take it.
I appreciate it.
I got the FTX right here. I don't know. We may take it there because this thing will do HF.
Yeah, your 6100, your QMX, all of them. And honestly, I'd watch that. It'd be interesting, just like I'm watching this now, right?
So Techno City. Okay, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I already covered 2 reasons why this is important. The first one is that if you're spuriously transmitting, then you've got power that's leaking out. Your power is being transmitted across all those other frequencies. And I don't know that that's an untrue statement. I don't know that I'm incorrect there. I could be. But you're literally being heard on those other frequencies. So you don't want to do that. Like, that's not good for OPSEC. That's not good for a myriad of other reasons. You want to transmit on the frequency that you're supposed to be transmitting on. You don't want to have these harmonics that you're available to be heard upon, right? That's the big thing, is like the OPSEC component of it. But then on the flip side, if you're doing a SINAD test like this is doing right now, like the radio's still sitting there. I've walked away from it. The radio is being transmit into with a signal, and then the audio output is going back into this device, and then it's giving us a relative signal quality, signal strength. That signal strength is its receiver capability, like how good the receiver is. And so if you're comparing 2 radios head to head, and you look at 2 radios and it's like, well, this one's way lower, that means that it's a less good receiver. It's not a fantastic receiving radio. You'd want something else for better signal reception quality. That is a reason why you'd want to test, from my point of view. But I don't know. Somebody tell me what you think. You tell me. I don't know.
I had to step away, Josh. I'm sorry. I think I heard you in the other room.
Yeah, I don't know. Did I say any? Did I misstate anything?
Oh, I didn't hear what you said. I just popped back in the office.
Okay, so
say it again, Josh.
Well, there's one question right up in front of mine. Just want to make sure I get this out. So if you have a radio that is very like it causes spurious emissions, Does that mean the fundamental frequency is transmitting less powerfully on the fundamental frequency and providing power to all the spurs? Or are those just suppressed and the fundamental frequency is the same and everything's good? Like how does that work?
Yeah, it depends.
Okay.
So it depends. And this actually is, you could measure that with a broadband power meter. So the power detector in the service monitor is not the same as the amplitude measurement in your spectrum analyzer. The amplitude measurement in the spectrum analyzer is within the resolution bandwidth of the filter that you have that's sweeping across the bins, if you will, for the the spectrum that you're measuring. The power meter is a broadband power meter, so it's measuring all of the energy at every frequency, including noise, that it's in the IF, the broadband IF that is coming into the detector. So I guess getting back to the original question, it depends. Typically, if you have a lot of harmonic energy and the finals are only capable of X number of dBm or watts out, then if the aggregate power isn't going to be any more. It's not like you're going to get any more power out of it. Although in a poorly designed system that's possible, and then you get into other issues where you get into intermod and some other crazy stuff. But it's generally the power in that bandwidth that you're measuring. So if it's broadband, it's the total power. If you decrease the carrier,
yeah,
you're going to apply more. That's what modulation is. So it's the integrated power in the bandwidth of the channel that you're modulating within.
So hypothetically, if you had a really dirty radio, it's applying power in all directions on all those spurs, and so you are degrading your power on the fundamental.
Yes, it's a simple way to think of it, but yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for simple. I'm looking for the simple way to look at a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you get down the road of test and measurement,
sure
you can go down the rabbit hole in every topic.
Right. But the fundamental point is like if I had a garden hose and I poked 5 holes in it at harmonically different spaces and I turned it on, then the water would spew out everywhere. That's my transmit power that I'm spewing out on those other frequencies.
Correct.
Right.
The total amount of water that you're spewing out is still the same. It's just that it's spread out over a bunch of different holes.
Okay, did everybody catch that? That's the important part of this, is that when you have a radio that's full of spurs, like the Talk Pod or various other dirty radios, you're spewing out power in that other harmonic. So you may want the high power to go exactly where you want it to go, but if it can't go there because it's going into a spur, well, then, you lost it. It's gone. You probably also lost it as heat because you have an antenna that's probably not tuned for the appropriate frequency you're operating.
Yeah, there you go. There's so one other I don't want to say exception to that, but one other thing you have to think of is that in a well-designed RF system, there's something that we call back off, or there's headroom, so that you're not completely saturating the final output section, so that it's operating in a linear region. Mm-hmm. Some radios, when they're detuned or not operating in the mode that they're supposed to be, you can actually get more power out of it because it's operating in the nonlinear region, and that's where you start generating lots of energy all over the place. But again, you can't go any more than what the finals are actually capable of. Your leaky bucket example is good in that regard. You just make the holes bigger, if you will.
A leaky bucket is a really good way. Yeah, that's another good way of looking at it. So that's why you should care about this stuff, guys. If you're seeing this, if you have a leaky bucket and it's leaking out all over the place, well, you're not putting the water where it should be. In fact, I should make a video about that. That's a perfect analogy. That's a really good analogy.
I think I heard somebody ask about HF testing, and for FM and AM modulation, you could use this instrument for that, but most HF measurements that we would make would either be a single tone carrier wave or single sideband, which is very different, and we wouldn't use that instrument for Still, we wouldn't really use the 8920 for single sideband measurements.
So you're saying even more expensive equipment?
Yes. So in other words, you would use a spectrum analyzer for that, because then you're doing two-tone intermod. There are specific tests for single sideband performance that you can't do. That the device that the test set that Josh has, the 8920, is perfectly suited for AM, FM, phase modulated and other phase modulated waveforms. It's not really designed for single sideband measurements. You could use the spectrum analyzer to look at it, but it's not the right tool for that job.
But
you're using a wrench to drive a nail.
It'll do SINAD though, no problem.
Absolutely. You could do SINAD. Yes, absolutely. You could technically do SINAD with that.
That's where we're going with this.
The problem is the demodulation. If it was AM or FM, yes, you don't have a single sideband demodulator, although there are ways to fake that out to do that.
I thought this did have... Wait. SINAD, though, is audio. It's like an audio
Correct.
signal.
You have to demodulate correct. You have to demodulate the audio to get to make that measurement.
On the input of the...
There's an AM or FM receiver in your 8920, and depending on the mode that you have it set up on, it's either on AM, FM, or PM.
For receive. So if I'm transmitting from the DUT into the device, it has to demodulate that signal. But on the SINAD, that's the reverse side. So that's just signal in, right?
Yes. But it has to be single sideband. That's the caveat.
Oh, I see. So it's a signal sideband signal that's the issue. Does this not do single sideband? I thought it did.
There may be an option for it. I would not doubt if there is.
I thought it did. I thought I bought this one specifically because it did signal sideband, but
you know what? I've not used one that I use a different test set for, or I use a different set of measurements for single sideband performance, but I would not be surprised if that has it. In fact, I'd be really surprised if it did.
I did pay a little bit extra to get like all the features, so I'm hoping that I got at least the single sideband option.
Oh, you know what? I stand corrected. I'm looking at the manual right now. The option is for AM, FM, PM, and single sideband. So yes, I've just never used single sideband with an 8920.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Hey Josh, if it helps you at all, I sent you a DM with some information here that might be helpful if we can get them on mic at all.
What? Okay. Who are we talking? Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah. No, right there at the right. You look at the screenshot right there at the bottom.
Okay. So also while we're doing this, we got a W1JKS. ARRL lab manager is deafened and muted. So let's help him out. How do we Frank, can you DM him and see what's going on?
I'll try. I'll try to DM George, see if we can get him on.
But by the way, we have everything we need with Steve. By the way, Steve also works with the ARRL, right, Steve? You want to talk about that a little bit?
I've done some work with them, but yeah, I do a lot of work in the commercial broadcast and military area. So yeah, I've been doing this for 40 years.
Oh man, 40 years. Jeez. You definitely look the RF is keeping you young, because I got to meet you at, was it Hamvention? Where did we meet?
Yeah, I'm much older than you.
You don't look it, man. You're full of energy. You jumped right up out of the seat. We got to hang out for a little while. It was super fun.
That was awesome.
The RF is keeping you young, man. So never stray from the RF. I don't know that we could pull you away from the RF if we tried, though. Right? Is that?
No, that's a tough one. Most of my work and expertise has been in high power directional arrays.
So now that I got this, Steve. So in my head, I'm like, I can do a sanity check on the SpecAn, the spectrum analyzer. I can do SINAD testing for receiver strength. We can do deviation on FM if we're testing, FM radios and whatnot. But I got some other. There's a ton of other features in here that I haven't tapped into. So, like, what are the other things that I could hypothetically go down the rabbit hole on?
Well, those are the big ones. So you can do power,
Oh
occupied
yeah, of
bandwidth.
course. Yeah. Wait. Okay, occupied bandwidth. What is that? What does that mean?
So basically, you can measure the amount of power that's in the channel, if you will, of the allocated of the whatever the device is allocated. Some radios are channelized, so you would do an occupied bandwidth to measure the amount of power that to meet a mask within a specific bandwidth. So occupied channel, occupied bandwidth. You can do, like you just said, you can look at spurious to do basic spurious measurements. But the big one is just being able to measure deviation, frequency response, selectivity, and sensitivity. It's basically performance measurement of a device.
So selectivity, that's the thing we talked about. Was that I'm not there yet with this because I would need another outside generator of signal to do selectivity, right? Because selectivity is really about the adjacent signal of a radio that starts to get closer.
The ability to separate two signals, without one interfering with the other. So you you can actually do that. You would need. You would need a power divider, and I think I showed you a picture of one of those.
You did, yeah.
And a separate clean signal generator, and you would measure the effect of the interfering signal on the signal of interest. As you increase that, you will watch how that affects the signal you want. So that will give you the selectivity or the receiver's ability to reject an unwanted carrier.
That is a spectrum analyzer test specifically. So that's a transmit into the unit test where we're feeding in multiple combined signals on different frequencies, and we start to bring them closer together. Is that my general understanding? Is that right?
Yeah. So you would set a level, operating level for the signal, the desired signal, and then you would introduce an interfering signal some number of hertz or kilohertz away, and as you increase them, you could watch its effect in not only the noise floor but also the interfering how the receiver would degrade on the signal that you want. I'm trying to simplify the measurement because it's far more nuanced, more complicated than that.
And the idea of that why are we doing this? Well, the idea of selectivity is that if you had, like, while you're on, and this comes up a lot on HF, right, where you're talking and you're having a good contact with somebody, and then somebody like is just like literally over standing, like, leaning their signal on your face, and you're like while you're trying to have this QSO with somebody. So selectivity of the general receiver side of the radio is important because that's what makes a good radio, is the ability to reject that foreign close proximity signal, right? Is that kind of the idea?
Correct. You would set up your single tone to do 12 dB for 20 dB quieting, 12 dB SINET for 20 dB quieting, and then you would introduce, say, 100 hertz or 1 kilohertz or 10 kilohertz away. You'd put your adjacent channel and you'd raise that up until you actually watch your signal of interest degrade.
Yeah. Okay. A good reason to do that, right? I think.
Oh yeah, that's a in the HF spec. That's the Sherwood list, if you want to believe all those. But that his one of the things that he specialized in was sorting receivers by certain performance metrics, and selectivity is clearly one of them.
So you brought up Sherwood, and I have to ask this just because it has come up a lot. Sherwood's list is a receiver test capability, and there have been a lot of people, they'll just kind of wave their hand and say, hey, if you're in the top 20, human beings can't even receive it. But then I've also heard the deeper conversation of, well, this is a very specific test that you almost have to make a radio specifically to win at it. and it doesn't necessarily take away from other radios. Have you heard this before? Is this a thing?
You know, I don't know how far I want to comment on this.
Okay, I get it.
But there are some issues I have with the list and how people live and die by that list. And while a lot of those metrics are very valid and
sure,
and you know, really go a long way to provide some type of performance measurement, third-party performance measurement, like an ARRL measurement, which is, you know, it's very needed. Somebody has to keep the manufacturers honest. That's one of the reasons why we do performance testing.
Yeah.
I think that the weight that's been put on there are other factors that come into play. It's not just one measurement or two measurements. You have to look at that as the radio system as a whole, and does it meet the performance of the your specific use case. If you're a contester and you're operating side by side by somebody, selectivity is a key thing. If you're operating at home in the middle of the woods, there are other factors that may be more important to you. I have some issues with just how live and die that list has become. There's also some issues I have with just the consistency in measurement among different types. And while I understand them, I think some of the differences are more nuanced than what he makes it out to be. But I'll stop that there, because that gets into a subject where, it could go down a rabbit hole in a debate that I don't know if I want to get into, either professionally or otherwise.
Well, okay. Well, thank you for indulging me on that. One last question.
That makes sense. I hope that.
No,
I hope that.
Yeah, it did. But one last question on that particular area is, how much should people, like most of the hobbyists in the space, really be worried about the Sherwood list? Like, should we be basing all of our purchasing against the Sherwood list, or is there a specific set of people that care the most about it, and like for most other people it doesn't really matter? And who are those people, I guess?
You have to understand what the measurement is, what it's applied to, and how it affects you. And I think that's one of the problems. It's just not it's not an off-the-shelf thing. There are, if a receiver manufacturer makes a statement that I have a receiver blocking dynamic range of X dB, or my 3 IMD, my third order intermod is this, that receiver should meet it. If it doesn't, then that's a red flag, right? So my issue more is making sure that the published specs are real, and that they're true, and that they're applicable to the use case for the radio. And I think that's the best way to look at that. If all those receivers make their stated performance specs, then that's the receiver, and you should base your purchase or your choice on if that radio does what you want it to do.
Yeah, but for most people, like, can they really even tell? In a lot of cases,
in the top 5, there are specific environments where you would notice the difference. For the casual user, probably not.
Like, talking about Joe Average, I just rolled up in a POTA, and I'm at a camp spot with a picnic table, and I put my ham radio gear on it. Does it matter that I have one of the top 5, or am I way down in the top 30? Does it really matter that much?
It depends.
I know. I know. I'm hitting you. I'm hitting you with this. So for anyone not, this is Josh, the engineering manager, talking to someone who's highly technical, and that's what this is. Right?
It depends. Yeah. I know.
It depends.
It's a hard question to ask. There are, if the radio is a half a dB different from another radio, you're never going to hear that difference.
Yeah.
If you're talking 30, 40 dB, if the third IM, your third order crap that you're putting out is is 30 dB higher, God forbid, on one radio versus another, and you're operating with a group, they're not gonna like you much.
But you added a group into the situation. Yes, yeah. Okay, so I'm sorry.
Just me on the top of the hill, you might be a little dirty, but if you're getting out making contacts, you're getting out making contacts.
And I'm sorry I put you on the spot. I'm sorry I put you on the spot on this. That was not my intention.
That's perfectly fine.
But I think it's important because a lot of people pull up the website and they're like, I can only buy these radios. These are the only radios I can buy. And it's like, I don't know that that's true because I think the KX2, for instance, from Elecraft is down on it's down at the 705 level, ICOM 705, all that stuff. And those are both really good portable radios, really good
They're fantastic
receivers.
portable radios.
Yeah.
Again, if it does what you want it to do, that's the radio for you.
Yeah. So
and take that a little further and say if Ape tests one of those Baofeng minis and it fails on him, should we not buy it? I think to some degree we need to be careful with some of this stuff.
Well, okay.
Because we're saying don't buy this, and and then we know that people do. Are they somehow less than us because they bought a Quansheng? I just don't think that we should take the hobby in that direction.
I'll be honest with you. At the other end of the receiver end of that conversation, you can't tell what that person's using.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So someone pulled up someone has a comment. So we're gonna take this. My concern is based off of one of Josh's videos where the Tiny SA was showing spurs, whereas new equipment did not show spurs. What's the deal that I
can
would
address
like to get into? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So, firstly, the Tiny SA is a very capable instrument. It's a nice little spectrum analyzer. It is not a Rode FSP or FSV class instrument. It's not my 4408 or even a 8566B. It's not a high performance piece of calibrated test and measurement gear. It is a great tool to have in your back pocket to look at something. But again, this goes back to you have to understand the measurement and what it is that you're measuring. And I've seen, I think I sent you a video, Joshua. I think I demonstrated this on my Rode here in my lab. So if you crank out all the attenuation, you go ahead and overdrive the front end of your spectrum analyzer, and you don't have an indication that your input level is too high, you'll end up generating all sorts of intermod or mixing products in the front end of that spectrum analyzer. And it might look like you have a horrendous spur problem. But again, it's just looking at the noise. Or the gain is so cranked up on the input to the spectrum analyzer that you're looking at the internal noise of the analyzer and not the actual signal of interest itself. So understanding, you have to understand how the instrument works, the measurement that you're making, and what it is that you're trying to look at. And you also have to be able to interpret the results to say, that doesn't look right. Let me go back and check what I've got. And I think that's the important part. I don't know that I would take measurements made with a handheld $80 instrument as gospel for performance for a radio. As a spot check, hey, yeah, maybe I should go look at this. And then you bring it into the lab. You go put it on in your shack and put it on a more capable instrument where you can set it up in a bench environment, and you can make sure you have the correct input, so you're not overdriving the input to the spectrum analyzer. You're looking at you have the resolution bandwidth and span set correctly, and you're not generating a ton of it's what we call the self-inflicted gunshot wound, shotgun wound to the face, and you end up with these results where you start screaming the sky is falling, and it just happens to be you're a victim of your own test setup. So I think it's important before people just hook something up, turn it on, key the HT and go, oh, spurs. If it's deeper than that. You have to understand the measurement. You have to understand what you're doing, the test setup. And look, I have a $50,000 instrument in my lab downstairs. I can take my 5-watt HT and I can set that up and generate I can make it look like that thing's got spurs all the way out to the 80th harmonic, and it's not it. It's just my instrument. It'll tell me. It's smart enough to tell me, hey, your input level's too high, back down, or it's nonlinear. But it's without really understanding what you're doing, I think you can create a sky is falling, or this instrument, this HT doesn't perform right, or this is a bad HT, it's got spurs, and maybe it doesn't. It's just that your test setup or your measurement is wrong, and I think that's the important part.
There's another way I thought about this, and you can tell me what I thought if I'm wrong. Is that like the if you're looking at like a statistical study, right? There's some kind of like error, and they give you like 5% either way. I look at the tiny essay as being like having a wider statistical swing versus lab grade equipment is going to be much more accurate in the testing. The difference is that lab grade equipment costs tens of thousands of dollars, and the tiny essay is $150 for the ultra, all that stuff. So we can kind of get in the wheelhouse, if you will, but you have to get to better equipment if you want to definitize and reduce that error. But I can also see how user error will also cause like a problem. So
Yeah,
am I wrong on that, or what do you think?
No, I don't want to. By the way, I'm not bashing the tiny essay. I love it. I think it's great. If you move, I think to the left or right, you have a sticker on your instrument. If you could show that, that would be. There's a reason why you
is
paid
the
what you did.
calibration sticker is what you're talking
Yes,
about?
exactly.
It's on the top. It's on the top. I'd have
It's on the
to
top.
I'd
Oh,
have
you
to
used to put them in the front. Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
you used to put them on the front.
It is calibrated.
Yes. One thing that's important to note is the analyzer that you have has been calibrated. It's been calibrated against traceable standards. It's been calibrated with at a facility that is authorized by HP to actually do that calibration. And if you look on that sticker, there's an expiration date. So it means that if you want to keep that, if you want to, and by the way, this is for your Joe Ham, this is not important, but in industry, if I'm doing a measurement, I have to be able to have some type of traceability to the provenance of not only my equipment, but what it's calibrated against. So that's important. The tiny SA doesn't. It rolls off the assembly line, and it's got its own internal calibration, but it's Einstein. It's it is what it is. Is it a useful tool? 100%. But you've got to understand what you're looking at. You also have to keep in the back of your mind, hey, if I see something odd, I probably want to go look at it with something a bit more capable. Maybe I should go look at this further. It's not a laboratory grade piece of gear. And you can buy laboratory grade equipment that's last year's or 10 years model ago, and it's perfect. That the analyzer you have is made probably 20 years ago, and that's
the 1900s. We've been saying it's from the 1900s.
It's a very capable piece of gear. A lot of technicians love to have that on the bench. I had one of them here, and I loved it. I miss it tremendously. But it's just keep in the mind that this is all consumer grade gear, and it's not designed to be laboratory grade testing. So definitively just outright saying this HT has spurs, this is a terrible HT because I saw it on my tiny SA. I take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, so this is such an interesting it's an interesting conversation because I think honestly it's the nano VNA is what kind of opened this up to the world of like the tiny SA having a spectrum analyzer in your pocket. And for a long time I've been telling people it's like, hey, test your own gear, get power meters, get antenna analyzers, do all that work you can do at home, like actually learn that stuff. I love that. I want that. I want y'all to have that capability because I think that really makes amateur radio. It not only makes your station work better. Like if you have a good analyzer, if you got a tiny SA is great to be able to like tune your antennas and get them to work correctly. that makes you a better operator. But then when you start looking at like the tiny SA and the spectrum analyzer space, that's not necessarily the same. There is a I don't want to say fudge factor. It's not like we're like, oh, it's close enough, it's good. Because I think that if anything, I would give the nod a bit of respect to the YouTube side of it. Like when they saw something that came up a little bit too high on like a spur sense, they're like, oh, I'm cautious about this. I mean, you should at least respect the YouTubers and saying like, hey, I'm worried that this might be a little too high. But what Steve is diving into is that the concern now is we might have gone too hard into the high side and
Hard in the
protecting.
paint.
Yeah. That we were saying radios that were actually okay were not okay, and that's not good either, right? So it was almost we went too hard into the space of like, are these radios good or not? Right? That's the concern I think that a lot of people have right now. And we got to work through that. We got to work through that. And yeah, it's probably buy yourself a $4,000 plus spectrum analyzer that is specifically designed to do, a lot of this stuff. And there will be YouTubers who will do that. There's probably already YouTubers who are doing that. I'm not going to take away from any of them.
Just to put in perspective, the analyzer on my bench in my lab at the day job is a little over $300,000. But do I need that to make a measurement for my dipole? Absolutely not. I own 3 of those little nano VNAs, and they're great. But you have to understand where to apply them. I'm not going to take a nano VNA to the common point impedance of a broadcast tower and certify that self impedance or that common point impedance to be 50 ohms J0 and sweep it. It just doesn't have the resolution. It doesn't have the dynamic range that I need. Or even sometimes if you're in a critical if you're doing critical tuning of a set of cavities, we did a demonstration in my club. We took a nano VNA and we took I think it was a 8-can stack for a duplexer, and we annulled it as best as we could for pass reject, transmit and receive, and put it on. Then switched over to my HP87 series network analyzer, and we got another 15 dB out of it. So because you can't see, it doesn't have the dynamic range, it doesn't have the depth to be able to see that. So it's when you're making critical measurements, the right gear is going to win every time. Does it? If for your average ham that's looking at your tuning your end-fed half wave, it is absolutely fine. It's like that's perfect. You're using it as it's intended, and that's exactly what it is. But you can't use that to make critical measurements, and that's where I think the wheels fall off.
So I'm gonna ask you your opinion between the two devices. Should every ham both own a tiny a nano VNA and a tiny SA, or should they?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Both. They're two very different instruments. Spectrum analyzer is not a network analyzer. You're not measuring impedance with a spectrum analyzer.
Of course, but you're still like Joe average ham should still probably own this equipment, because if you think about it, like you'd have to go. Okay, I'm fairly new to this game, but there's a ton of guys. Well, I sent all the pictures I took to Steve of the swap meet that I went to, a couple weekends ago, and he was like, "Dude, this is what you do every weekend or like every month. This is amazing."
I'm definitely not come up to one of those. We don't have swap meets like that here.
Yeah, but at the same time, like most of that equipment is like ham shack equipment. Like yes, it's high dollar test equipment at one time, and a ham has it now, and you have no idea of accreditation. You don't know like what it's running with. You don't know anything like that. Steve's looking at it from a nostalgia factor. I'm looking at it like, oh, this seems like a big headache if I have to get this thing accredited, or like, is it going to work? Like, how do I know if it's going to be accurate? That's kind of a difficulty too, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of okay. Yes, I am very fortunate that I live in a very ham radio crazy environment, where there are people who literally pop the bed of the truck and there's like 3 spectrum analyzers, and then Steve's like, "Holy crap, you do this every month?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's what we do." But
Yeah,
yeah,
we don't have access to. There aren't the same industries where I am as they are where you are, and it's a very defense oriented
yeah,
area. So a lot of those companies, when they're done with that stuff, we used to crush a lot of it, but that stuff gets decommed. It gets a big decom sticker and sometimes the front end of a sledgehammer, but that would just go out the back door and end up at a hamfest.
I won't say that doesn't happen out here, but I also think that some stuff fell off the back of a truck, to be honest.
Oh,
with
of course
you.
it did. Yeah, of course it
Yeah,
did.
and somebody just picked it up and then they took it home, kind of thing.
One comment about that. The VNA is just absolutely kills me because even 20 years ago, an instrument like that was just beyond the grasp of most. The MFJ. What was the 250? The 256. You know what I'm talking about. The little SWR analyzer. It was a great tool, but it's
the MFJ,
not a
yeah.
VNA. Yeah, the MFJ tool, and that's what was there when the VNA, when that little tiny VNA came out, that little pocket-sized thing. I got to tell you, I remember I brought it into work, and a bunch of us were looking at that against an Anritsu at the same frequency range. It's like, wow, it tracks pretty good. It tracks real good. So, it's a very, very capable handheld instrument for under $100. Why would you not have one? It lets you see what your antenna system is doing at a glance, and it's perfectly fine for what we do. It's not something I'm going to bring into the lab and use in a calibrate in a test and measurement environment. But for bringing it home and checking my 5/8 wave 2 meter antenna, or checking the bi-square that I have out back on 80 meters. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what it's for. And I think everyone should have one. I think it's how you learn, and that's part of the hobby.
Well, funny thing about the Nano VNA is the most of the time I see a Nano VNA that's not in my home shack, it's like when I'm on a soda summit. It's somebody in the middle of nowhere breaks out a Nano VNA and they're like, "Oh, we got to check the antenna," and it's great. Like it's a wild thing that yes, you can have this device on you at any time, and you're checking your antenna and giving you decent enough information to be able to activate on, and then that's the point, right? That's why they're out there. So yeah, I think they're great. I love them. All right, Steve, what else should? Oh, you know what? We should switch over to a more expensive radio. I think we should do that now for the test equipment before we go and talk to some of our YouTube friends. I think we'll where are we at now? This one. Okay. So,
oh, Josh.
Yes.
You got your Motorola handy? That's the most expensive of them all.
I could get the Motorola.
Go get the Motorola.
But it's only going to show me how good it is, right?
You
just want me to test the Motorola, don't you? You want me to do this live, don't you?
I've tested mine on the tiny
SA. For you, Frank, I will go get the Motorola. I will be right back.
Josh, I have to step away.
Frank, you got to hold him then. I'll be right back.
Oh, I'll hold it easy. All right, Steve. Let us know when you're back. Well, while we're waiting for Josh to come back, any quick questions, the Discord that we can answer?
Yeah, why are we doing all this?
Because it's fun, Don.
I don't consider it fun.
Oh, okay. Some of us do. Some of us like it.
Yeah, I mean, I would consider it fun if you do it on the big radios, and I'm not talking about Motorola. I'm talking about HF, but that's not what anybody does. It's all, let's do it on the HTs. Which, I mean, and like I said in the chat, why are we doing this? Are we doing this to discourage all the technicians? Because now every time they buy a radio, they have to test it before they can use it? I don't think that's what we're saying, but in some channels, not this one, but in some channels, it comes off that way.
That is fair. As I told one of our viewers on the YouTube side, it takes some learning and whatnot to get up to this, and it's possible to do it, but for the most part, Joe Schmo technician isn't going to know that a radio is clean or dirty. And I hear the Motorola beep, so Josh is back.
I'm back.
Okay.
I have to set a transmit frequency though, so I am. We can just test it.
I was going to say, you don't have 652 already programmed into a channel?
I do. I have channels programmed. Okay, so here we go. All right, Motorola. This is a chunky boy. Frank, tell them about this radio, for those that don't know.
That's the Apex 7000 that you have?
Yeah. I don't know. Tell them what I have, Frank. Tell them what I have.
I forget which one
I'm holding it up right now, Frank. I'm holding it up. You tell them what I have.
Oh, okay. That is the Motorola XTS 5000.
There you go.
It is a Model 3 because it has the full DTMF CAD. And that is a great radio. It comes in VHF, 2 flavors of UHF, one on the low end of UHF for the government frequencies, and one on the higher end that does both ham and GMRS, along with, if you have PD and Fire still in the 450 range, you can listen to them there, and 7,800 megahertz as well. Programming is a piece of cake from the front panel, or you have to get the FPP, or front panel programming specific radio. You have to make sure make sure the code plug has FPP in it already for those radios. Otherwise, the CPS is relatively easy. I have a video or two on how to program those radios, and I'm going to be doing some more here shortly on them. They're older radios, but they still work great. They also have, not only are they analog, but they have P25. And us hams on our hotspots do have P25. There are some P25 repeaters. Southern California has a great setup. We have a handful here around Northern California. But yeah. All right. Did I
Frank,
cover you
oh
there,
my
Josh?
God. You filled the space like beyond adequately. Amazingly even. So
Well,
I do have
Ginger Shane and I can do that. No problem.
Yeah. So I have it connected. It's connected. So we'll do a power test, right off the rip here. Big chunky PTT button, giving you a solid 5.6 right off the charger. Very, very nice. And we are transmitting into the 444.39 frequency. That is a repeater. I don't know if we're hitting the repeater right now. I hope we're not. I assume we're not. But okay. So from here, I think then if I flip it around. So for SINAD testing, I'm going to look at the side of this bad boy. Oh, I don't have the capability to dive into SINAD because it's got the touchpad stuff. Frank, I can't interface the audio right now.
You can throw a signal into the radio, right? Show how.
Oh no, we'll do a SpecAN test. We'll do a SpecAN test. But for a SINAD, I can't do SINAD.
Yeah. They have a very specific connector for that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So otherwise, I'd have to open it up and then So where are we at? All right, let's reset. All right, I'm going to go over to the spectrum analyzer, and we're going to set the center frequency to 600 megahertz because we're running at 400, and I'm going to increase the scan megahertz. Wait, yeah.
The camera hasn't focused back.
Oh, okay, thank you. I'm going to increase the span megahertz to let's just start at 500 to go. So let's see where we're at. So we're gonna key up, and yep, there is a big old fundamental. I'm going to drop the reference frequency to 40 dBm. And yep, look at that. Motorola, beautifully solid with a wonderful single fundamental frequency it's transmitting on. And I'm going to hit the shift hold button, and then I am now going to let go of the radio, and then we can marvel upon its beautiful single spur. We expect nothing less. There's no way that you expect nothing less from a radio that costs as much as these do.
Now, I will say this because those are the XTS 5000 are older radios. If someone spends more than 500 tops for the radio, antenna, speaker mic, battery, and battery charger, if someone spends more than 500 tops on the XTS 5000 series, you're getting ripped off. Go somewhere else.
Oh, that's a good ad. Good ad. Thank you, Frank. I paid $450 for that radio with the antenna, with the drop-in charger, and I think I got some extra stuff along with that, but just like $450 is what I paid for it.
But those are great radios. You want to do ham, GMRS, and if your your local fire, police, whatever, is not encrypted and has not transitioned to 7800 P25 phase 1 or 2 yet.
That's what we're using it for is P25. That's what we're doing. That's why I bought this is for P25. Come on now. That's why I bought it.
You said those do 800 megahertz?
Okay, so the radio Josh has, yes, there are 3 different models, so it's not an all-in-one radio. You don't have VHF, UHF 7800 all-in-one radio. The newer radios, the Apex series, like what I have, do that. The XTS, it is per band. So you have to
are those 800 megahertz cell blocked or not? Frank, you should know the answer to this.
They should be, but by
law they should be.
By law they should be, yes, but I think there's some of the 800 trunking stuff that has gotten into the cellular band now. So
gonna have to talk to him, I guess.
All right, we're gonna do a wild P25 check-in right now. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Oh, I just screwed up my FT8. Hold on.
Well, while we're waiting for you to get your P25 going there, Blue Jays and Dodgers are tied 4-4, bottom of the ninth.
Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. They're watching on the side. There's no spoilers here. We're not spoiling anything. So I'm going to check in with P25 right now. This is Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. Just checking if I'm making to the repeater. Okay, we got a harsh, staticky tone.
That almost sounded like that was analog.
Oh, was it? It might be. Okay, I'm doing it wrong. Hold on. I have to remember, there's a knob on top for a reason, kids.
Yeah, channel selector.
Let's try this one. Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. Just checking if I'm making it into the repeater. Okay.
That was P25.
That was P25. Yep.
The key difference for those listening is Josh got an ugly analog squelch tail the first time.
Oh, we got somebody back. Hold on. Yeah, this is Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. How am I coming in?
It's readable. We usually don't use phonetics on P25. How did you find the repeater?
Oh, yeah, I have a friend that is on here. This is Josh. Oh, am I getting called out?
Josh. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you're making it good. What kind of radio are you using?
Quick, what radio do I have?
XTS 5000.
This is an XTS 5000.
Oh, okay. Well, it's making the trip.
Well, thank you for that. I just really wanted to check that I'm making it okay for just, capability sense. So appreciate you coming back, and thank you for hearing me out. Kilo India 6 November. Oh, sorry. KI 6 NAZ. Thanks so much. 7-3.
All right, take care, K6MPA.
And so
Nobody
the
uses
analog-
phonetics out here.
That's BS.
Bro.
Jeez. Sad ham right
No,
there.
he's probably the repeater owner, to be honest. I'm not trying to piss people off. But he's okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody uses
So
phonetics.
there was your P25 for the day, Josh. Yeah, that sounded so much better on P25. That little chip
P25
at the
sounds
end.
fantastic. I don't care what anybody says. And by the way, this is a horrible stubby antenna on 70 centimeters. It sounds great. This is great. It's really, really good. I should have just said Shane. If I would have just said, like, Shane, and then all of this would have been like, oh, yeah, he's fine. I should have just said that. I don't know why I didn't do that, but okay.
And that did not look like a stubby antenna. That looked like the standard UHF whip for Motorola.
Well, I believe it's a standard whip for No, I guess it's I guess it's UHF. I guess that'll work just fine. So okay. Anyway.
When I think stubby, it's about 4 inches shorter than that.
There you go, Frank. The most P25 that has ever been on an after chat. There you go. We did it live.
Now we got to clip that from YouTube and send it to Shane and be like, bro, do you even P25?
He and I have had multiple discussions on making a video, and we're working on something. We gotta work it out. By the way, congratulations to Shane and his lovely wife. They are now married. Shane is off the list, everybody. You can't be trying to marry Shane out there for his Motorola experience. It's not going to work. He's hitched. You're done. You're out of
So
it.
because I haven't been able to talk to him in forever, did they actually have the wedding at the Tehachapi Depot?
I could not go, unfortunately. I was invited. I could not go just thanks to kids' situation and all that. But I don't know. I don't know where they had the wedding at the end of the day.
Okay.
Shane can join us and he can talk about it. But they're wedded in lawful matrimony. We're very happy about it for him. So we love Shane, love that guy, great guy. Cheers to him. I'll drink one in his honor because I wasn't there. So cheers to Shane.
Congrats, Shane, if you ever watch this after chat.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he watches it. All right. I think we can say hi to our YouTuber friends that are hanging out. Short list today. A little bit light today. I'm surprised that there's so many baseball people. Is that what it is? Is it baseball people? But
it has to be. There's nothing else going on.
I don't know. So where's the list? Oh my God, it's so small.
You're right.
Oh my God. Bill, Ham Radio Tectonics. How you doing, man? You're the first on the list. What's going on, dude?
What's up, Josh? How you doing, man? How are you doing?
I'm feeling real good. I had a proper 7.5 hours of sleep today. So
nice. Well, I had to work. I had to be on standby. That's torture. I'd rather be actually at work than be on standby. But anyway, been getting name here is Bill, Bravo India Lima Ham Radio Tectonics is the channel, and glad to be here. Glad you and Frank worked out the shout out for me tonight. Been doing some more videos lately, some things that I've been wanting to do that I've been procrastinating about.
Mm-hmm.
And gonna go out tomorrow and do some POTA with I built a kit, one of the Hobby PCB hard rock kits, and I've used it, but I've never done a video on it. So I'm gonna go out to the park and do a little 705 amp POTA activation. And that's it, man. That's it.
Give me your elevator speech for the man pack. You got the man pack now. What do you think about it? Where are you at?
Well, I'll tell you, the first thing I says, I ain't gonna buy that. I don't need that. I've already got, actually, I've got 2 of the TX500s. I said, I ain't gonna buy it. And then I saw that it had remote Android, a beta app, a remote Android beta app that controlled the radio. I'm like, wow, okay, I could put that in the water pouch over my shoulder and control it from the Android, and I bought one. It's just like the TX500 for me. I like those radios. I like that radio. I do not have a problem with the lack of a VFO. How often do we spin the VFO? We just punch the up or down button and you've got the same effect. But I like the radio. I like the idea that it's man-pack. There's a couple antennas. I did a video. I'm jumping around. I did a video. I stuck the Pack 10 and 9-to-1 right on top and used the built-in tuner, and the radio did just great. And you can use a myriad of verticals. So I'm fond of the radio.
Yeah. I can see where you're going with the VFO thing. As an activator, you don't use the VFO that much, but as a chaser, you're constantly riding the VFO. I'm always on the VFO as somebody that's chasing down contacts, but this is also not the radio for a chaser. It's an activator radio from my point of view, right? I think.
Well, I start all my activations with chasing to improve my probability of finishing. It's not a problem. You just arrow up or arrow down, and you can change the steps and just arrow up or arrow down. It's virtually the same. It's not traditionally the same, but it's virtually the same.
Yeah. No, I can hear you. By the way, what am I thinking about? The Link 500, the Link 500 device that slaps on the top of it has the VFO knob on it. And so you get VFO capability if you're using that. So that's another way to go. I've already tried that. It's really cool. So yeah, I hear what you're saying. I mean, I ran it out of a waterback pack, and I'm gonna take it back out to the ocean. I don't know. I guess sometime this week I should probably just do that. I should just go back to the Pacific and just get right into the ocean in October. No, now we're in November. I'll do it. I'll do it this week. I think I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I'm fond of the radio. I like it. I don't regret buying it, and I don't much care that it doesn't have the knob on it. But it's funny, I'll break out the wallet to buy the radio, but then when the Link 500 comes along, my wallet just tightens right up.
Okay, there you go.
But anyway, thanks a lot, and I'll get out of the way. And 73 to the rest of you guys, and I'll just be back here paying attention to everybody else.
All right, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Next is Chris, Technology, a.k.a. Atlas Dogo owner, my friend, the big floofy dog. How you doing, man?
What's going on? It's going pretty good. Just doing some 3D printing, but catching some 3D printing stuff, and I only have an Ender 3, so I have to work on it a lot.
What's on the bench right now for 3D prints? Because I'm always looking for hot 3D prints. What are you doing right now?
I'm actually designing a case for the Toads DI board and daughter board.
Oh, nice! I do want that. I think I'm gonna get my hands on one or two of those things, and we're gonna have some fun with it. So I love that.
I like the idea of that they're making more daughter boards, so I'm kind of building a case that you can swap the daughter boards around.
Oh, that's cool. That's super cool. Well, go check him out too. Appreciate you hanging out, and thank you for being out there. All right.
Thank you.
Next is Don, N5SKT himself, joining us. How's it going, man?
Well, it's going pretty good. I had a guy out today. We were working on my tower. It went through its first really big windstorm, and one of the there's a deal at the bottom of it that keeps it from swinging over. It's a big pin that goes through the bottom of the tower to keep it from tilting. And because of the big high wind we had a few days ago, that actually fell out. So the guy that was building the towers reworked the way the pin works, and so he was out today, and we were messing around with it, and he showed me how to get it up to, or how to raise it, because it's it's kind of a different, I mean, y'all have seen it. It's a different way of building a tower. And so there are pins in it to lock it down so that it sits on the pin and not on the cable. So you have to pull those at every, like, so many sections, and I didn't really have a feel for it, and he took me through it today, and we got it up to 40 feet now. So the hex beam's up at 40 feet, which is just above the 2 trees that are on either side of it. So I think that's going to work a little better. But I ran CQ Worldwide, and oh man, there wasn't anybody I couldn't get. And I was down in Australia, Europe, Russia, you know, you name it, and so many little islands. That's one of the things that's so great about some of those contests, is you start hearing these people, and you're looking at the call sign going, where the hell is that? And you look it up, and it's, you know, Sandaco and Kit or some other thing like that. And it's that kind of stuff just drills you into the geography of the whole hobby, which is one of the things that just really fascinates me about it. Awesome. So I've done, but yeah, I'm working so much, I haven't really had any time to shoot any videos or do anything like that. In fact, I've got to go into work tomorrow and get a server up that I brought up on Friday, and then now I'm getting 15 other specs that say, oh no, that's not the right operating system. We need to change that whole OS out. So I've got to go in and do that. But anyway, I just, the point is, I have not had the time that I want. In fact, I live like 5 minutes from a park. I haven't been to a park in over a year. It just that's getting frustrating. Yeah. But I've got some things that I've been working on. I bought some, and this is more expensive than I think people would be interested in, but I'm interested in trying it. I bought some of that grounding strap, and I basically put ends on it, and I'm going to take that with my DX Commander Venture and use those instead of the, like, big tangle of stuff that I have to put out. So I'll try and reduce it to, you know, about 5 to 6 individual straps instead of like a bunch of wires. The point is to get it up quickly, because to me, the DX Commander Venture is probably the best one he's ever done in terms of vertical. It gives you 3 bands, but you can easily tune any of the bands from about 6 to 40 meters, no problem. So with 3 wires, and I just love that antenna, and I really want to get out and try it. And I want to, you know, I was just playing around with some things to experiment with. And when I do get that done, that's going to be another video I'll actually shoot, just to so y'all will know, okay, this works, or don't even try it. But it's fun. Okay. So that's where I'm at. That's what I've been working on, and that and trying to keep Frank in line, and you know that's not easy.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging out. That means Frank, Ham Radio and Outdoors, is next. How's it going, man? What is up with you?
Yeah, okay, I think it's official. I have to change my channel name now.
Yes.
Hi, Josh. Yes, I must change the channel name. If you say it at least 3 times or more, I have to change it. Good evening, everyone.
What did I say that's wrong? How are we doing this wrong?
You said Ham Radio and Outdoors. It's Ham Radio Wilderness with Frank.
Ham Radio Wilderness with Frank. That's right.
Yes. All the wilderness with Frank.
All the wilderness that you do every week. Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I had a very interesting stream last night. I tried streaming from the iMac, and when I say it was a mess of epic proportions, it was, well, video lagging. Audio was fine for the most part, but a lot of video lagging, even after I upped the kilobits per second to like way more than OBS should be outputting. A Badger, absolutely popcorn
The
worthy.
iMac, the iMac, like the Mac, the Apple iMac. What are you talking
Yes, an 2021 Apple iMac M1 with 8 gigs of RAM. Yeah.
about? That should have been fun. 2021, you should have no problem with that.
Yeah, no, OBS did not. Well, OBS and Restream did not like sending much out to YouTube. I was not even 56K dial up with my video. So
I was live streaming on a 2012,
okay,
2015 iMac at 1080p, no problem.
Either of those, either of those two right there. The first one that's 27 minutes was the worst of the offending ones.
Okay.
But yeah, it was horrible. Anyway, so I have my Fridays with Frank. That was an epic mess, but it was lots of fun. You know, chat got a good laugh at me, which is always fun. I have NorCal SwapNet on Thursdays. I'm working on a Motorola video series. It is a deep dive into how to program CPS every which way possible.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I have Motorola series coming out this coming Wednesday. Over on the Ham Radio Kids table, Freddie Mac and us are celebrating his 9,000 sub giveaway. And we're going to keep it nice and short because we know there's Ham Nation. We're going to, it's Kids Table, and we're just going to send all our viewers over to the awesome Ham Nation crew with you and all the hosts. So lots of fun there. And then I think
send me an invite if you're doing a group thing. Send me an invite. I'll see if I can hop in before I go live for Ham Nation. I would love to do that.
I will let Tim know that. Tim, aka Grayman Poda, who's not here tonight. He's the one that does all the. He's the creator of the channel, and the rest of us are guest hosts because we're all part of the playlist creators each week. On Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night, there are various playlists ahead of Ham Radio Clubhouse.
So
right, yeah, no. We're all friends.
Working for the company store, am I right?
Right? No, we're all good friends.
Of course.
There's one last addition, and I'm just, Josh, with your permission, I'm just going to pass it over to him. I hear there's a new SoCal soda goat called Mark.
Stole it. You stole it from me. I saw Mark joined. Mark, my buddy has got his goat today. He got the goat. Mark, how are you doing, man? You're back from that epic hike. How's it going, man?
Oh, man. It has been a darn fine day, and it's good to hear your voice.
Dude, so, okay, I woke up this morning, and I actually had the time that I could have probably hiked out, but it was up all the way. It was like straight 4 miles up. Josephine Peak? You lied to me, man. I looked up the trail. The trail thing was just straight up.
Well, I have a long-standing habit of telling people that things are easy so that they show up, and then people don't like quitting.
That was not an easy hike. That was not an easy hike.
Well, we got up at 4 a.m.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Drank a lot of coffee. We were on trail by 6, and when we were on trail, Adam. I don't think he's on tonight. He hopefully is asleep.
No. Yeah.
He was more than 1.5 miles up the mountain from us.
Okay, because he had to decorate.
and we could see his headlamp in the dark as he crested the last
Dude,
ridge.
there's no way I would have made it. There's no way, because I was not getting up at the crack of dawn to do this. But okay, keep going, keep going.
So by the time we got to the summit, or almost to the summit, Ara looks up, points, and says, "Moxon."
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
And I was surprised because I will be honest, I was expecting a Moxon. What I was not expecting was a stacked Moxon.
Oh, okay.
He designed a new custom masting system, and so he had a 10 meter and a 15 meter.
Moxon?
On a single backpack portable mast with a rotor.
Wow, that's amazing.
Hey, Mark, do you want me to drop this pic for you in the disc in the live chat?
Yeah, go ahead and throw that in there. And luckily we were able to get a group shot. And with me, I had DKO6 BTM, my erstwhile partner, Devin, W6DVN, Ara, N6ARA, and we had ourselves a party. It was the Transatlantic QSO Summit Party. So Adam was up there happy as a clam getting Morse code summit to summits with Europe. 2 meters was on fire. And you couldn't ask for a better day.
That's amazing.
And as always, John, NT6E, my number one chaser, was my fourth contact, exactly like Ara, and he gave me the goat.
Amazing, dude. That's so cool. Dude, congratulations, Soda Goat. So everybody that doesn't understand this, Josephine Peak is how many points? Like just off the top of the head, like how many
6
points is it? 6 points. So Mark has accumulated over his time of doing summits on the air 1,000 points. That's what it takes to achieve the rank of Soda Goat. That is a 6-point peak. How many of those do you have to get under your belt to be able to get to Soda Goat status? A lot. Very impressive. Congratulations, sir. That's amazing.
It was a really good day, and it's not so much about the points. The points sort of accumulate as you get into the community. You learn things, you build things, and I'll be honest, I wasn't really chasing points, but I was chasing community, and man, did I find it. We got a hell of a good one around here.
You do. Yeah, we do. We Southern California soda community is one of the best, no question. And yeah, I mean, just congratulations, dude. What an achievement you've accomplished. That's amazing. Respect to you.
And there's
That's amazing.
Decent chance that there will be a YouTube video of some sort coming out at some point.
You should all watch it. So get ready. Subscribe now for Soda Plus so you can get the update on when that video is coming out, because it's going to be good. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm ready. And I'm excited.
I did drop his link in chat. Ham Radio Duo, Mike and Becky are in chat, and they said they were able to get Adam and Ara on CW, but missed Mark. And Mark, congratulations on the Soda Go. As I told you, I way overslept this morning.
You weren't the only one. It was a very early activation, but we did that to get the transatlantic party. So thank you all for your support and the chance to share. It was a hell of a good day, and I think I'm going to go pass out.
Go pass out. You deserved it, man. That's awesome. Beautiful picture too. That's amazing. Can we? Yeah. Look at that antenna, dude. Oh.
I'll be honest.
We're waiting to see more about that antenna. We need to know more about the antenna. So I'm sure Adam will.
I should note, by the way, Adam dropped it for that picture. During operation, it was 20 feet higher.
Oh, haha, yeah, even higher. Yes, okay. All right, I love it. I love it even more. That's awesome.
And I will say this, I sort of egged Mark into coming on to voice chat to talk about it. He said he was watching, and I'm like, come on, get on voice. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Mark. Thanks for hopping on, dude. You're an amazing person, an amazing asset to amateur radio. Continuing to grow it with the club W6TRW, amazing club, but also all the things you're doing out here with your YouTube channel as well. I appreciate you, man. Good job. That's amazing.
Well, thank you so much, and thanks for the encouragement. It's been good, and I will go back to listening. Thank you, Josh.
All right, 73, man. Great job. Wow, that's awesome. That is an achievement. Even here in Southern California, I get it that like if you don't live around here, it's harder to get to Soda Goat. Soda Goat is actually a difficult thing. I do live in a very target-rich environment that I should actually start trying to do that. I would love to do that, but here you go. Mark did it, and I have nothing but respect for that. That's amazing. Very difficult to do. Very difficult to do. So I love that.
Can I ask you, Josh, how many points you have?
God, I don't even know.
I was just wondering if you
I'd
ever
be
looked.
lucky if I had 1,000. I don't think I have 1,000. So my problem with the okay, I'll be honest. I'm very lazy, and
Oh, sure.
Summits
I
on the
understand
Air,
that.
the Summits on the Air log system is not as easy as Parks on the Air. And so I end up activating more Parks on the Air because I know just the logging system is so much easier. I can just dump them in there. And it's like, yeah, we're good. Throw it all in there. We'll figure it out. Summits on the Air, you have to be a little bit more methodical with it. And I don't think I have that many points. A couple hundred.
Josh.
Hopefully.
No.
I don't know.
Well, that's
Not
nice.
even 100?
Not okay. So I
Oh, you looked it up?
Yep. I looked it up. You have 41 total activator points across 8 activations, 6 unique summits, 2 associations and regions, 76 QSOs, with your top chaser being Ginger Shane himself, K6 APX, with 66 unique chasers, and you've been activating since March of 2018.
I believe that is fully just how bad I am at updating logs, because I know that there are plenty of soda activations I have not uploaded because I'm an asshole. That's the truth.
Okay, so you had
That's totally the truth.
recent activations: San Juan Hill on May 9th.
I did, yeah.
Bertha Peak on April 25th, and
Of
Strawberry
course.
Peak
with Mark, by the way. Yep.
There you go. Charlie Tango 242, which is just listed as 1416 on March 3rd of 24, and Spruce Mountain on March 8th of 2020.
Sounds about right.
Now, your chasing points, that you have 129 points for, with 22 unique summits chased.
Sure. Sure. I don't know what I want to say. Yes, I have too many things going on. I can't do enough.
Well, that just highlights the achievement, right?
Oh, yes, it should
really
highlight the
have to-
achievement of what Mark's done. Yeah, that's actually the really good point, is that Mark has achieved something that is amazing. Very difficult to do. It's from getting out there all the time and activating. Amazing. Well done, Mark. You definitely deserve this.
So a little life hack here. I just dropped a link in the chat, but if you go to that particular link and put your call sign in after the last slash, any call sign, you can look up their statistic. So I just looked up Mark. He hasn't uploaded today's logs yet because he's still sitting at 994 total points. So Mark, I know you're still in voice chat. Get that log uploaded.
I mean, I know he'll do it because it's a huge accomplishment. Good job,
yes,
man.
absolutely.
Good job. Yeah. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go all the way back. Is there anybody out there that has not? Well, I take that. I'm gonna even go back even further anybody new here for the first time, they're like, what the hell have I got myself into? This is your time. Is there anybody new here for the first time who'd like to say hi or would like to ask a question that has waited this long to do so? Come now. Otherwise, I got some nonsense in that.
I'll say hello to everybody.
Hey,
It's Tim.
Tim.
I finally made it.
You made it. How you doing, man? What's going on?
I've been months trying to figure out how come I can hear you on Discord or on YouTube, and I couldn't talk to you. So here we are, finally.
You made it. You made it. What's going on, dude? What are you up to?
Well, I'm just programming radios. I should turn on a video camera here somewhere and give you a tour of the shack.
Well, so do you have a question for us, or you just hanging out and saying hi?
Just hanging out and saying hi, that's all.
Okay. Well, you're welcome to do so. Appreciate you for doing that. And I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm going to talk about this little black bag. So, DigiRig, I bought another DigiRig interface. For all the radios, I just want a DigiRig, just so it's there. I just got it, and it's like I have it, so it's all good. But I'm gonna slide over here. So in the pouch they sent me, I have my I'm already showing it off too early, but I got my ABR coax, my easy to throw coax, but then he sent me an orange spool antenna with an embedded 49-to-1 unun. And this is cool because, like, if I'm holding the spool right now, right? I'm spooling it out. You can see that the little levers just spinning around. So I can get back in here and I can just hold the chassis of this and I can spool it in. And we can roll it out. It literally looks like a fly reel that he's designed with the little finger spinny thing, and it just lives in that pouch with the coax. That's amazing. That's super cool. It is all 3D printed. So the question in the chat is it plastic or metal? It is 3D printed, so it's plastic. But yeah, it's very impressive and very it's very tiny. I can't imagine you can get more than like 20 meters on that thing. Yeah, the pouch. 9 p.m. Thank you for the time from the B25 system. Thank you for that.
By the way, somebody asked in chat earlier, is that a link system or something that they can pick up like True All-Star?
I don't think so. You can't ask me these questions because I don't know.
Send me the call sign on the backside here, Josh, and I'll take care of that.
No, I'll tell you right now. It's N6LXX. N6LXX.
Got it.
Are we doing it live?
Yeah, we're doing it live. I have to verify that I'm human.
Oh, he's verifying human status.
Looks like the P25, well, for starters, it's a closed system, so I doubt it. No, it does not have All-Star or anything like that, so it's not.
Oh, see, this is exactly why I should have said Shane said I could be here from the get-go. This is what's going to get me in trouble.
Yeah, that's going to get you in trouble. Mark, you're awesome. There you go. Mark logs uploaded. Now he has 1,000 points.
Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's a pop-up P25. Let's see this. Hey, this is KI6NAZ. How's it going, everybody? Can you copy me? I'm just testing my radio. I'm gonna piss off some P25 people. Maybe.
By the way, Josh, I'm a 30-year All-Star user. I'm K4KWQ on 2242.
Mm-hmm. Wait, 30-year All-Star. All-Star's been around for that long?
It has. It has.
Yeah, having a
Congratulations, man.
number
That's
that
amazing.
low. Yeah.
That's insanely low. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
30 years.
I got 2242, I got 2243, and I got 2341.
Dang, dude. Good for you. That's amazing.
1 month after Jim White created All-Star, I've been there.
That's awesome, dude. That's cool. Super cool. Congratulations on that. All right, everybody. I think I'm done. I'm gonna go find out what the kids are up to. I'm thinking. Okay, so here's what I want to talk about the media stuff. So movies suck right now, right? Like movies. I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know what you think about that. But I got some kids. I got a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old. So, what would be the best movies to have them watch to like grow their mind? So I'm and have fun, of course. It can't just be all boring nonsense. I'm going to end this show and I'm going to have them watch War Games because they have not seen War Games. What would be the next movie we would watch? Anybody want to dive in with their thoughts? War Games was that good of an option? They're like, oh, that's good.
Yeah, because I honestly couldn't. That's kind of in an educational sense.
Okay,
No,
so
I
they
can't.
have seen Hackers. They have seen Hackers. I have made them watch Hackers. So now they all have this weird thing with Angelina Jolie, as we all did growing up when Frequency, they have seen Frequency. They have seen Frequency. Bad Guys, I don't think we watched Bad Guys 1. I'm not sure, actually.
Tim, turn off your camera.
The Net with Sandra Bullock? The Net? I did not love that movie. Contact,
Demolition Man?
we watched Contact. Demolition Man is really good. Demolition Man, they have not. I got a little bit older for that. Hunt for Red October, I think they have to be a little bit.
Well, I don't know. Everything is Taco Bell.
To them?
No, I'm talking. That's in the movie.
No, I'm thinking like radio stuff. A lot of that.
Have they seen Love and Monsters? I know y'all watched it.
Yes, they have seen Love and Monsters. Love and Monsters is great. So a lot of the movies that we watched on our 100 list of movies, they've seen too. And Love and Monsters they saw. They really liked Love and Monsters. Love and Monsters is a really, really good movie. Everybody should watch that, particularly with their family. It is a very, very good movie. It's very fun.
Yeah, I honestly, when I watched it, I thought, well, this is neat, but I don't think anybody else will like it. I do.
See, like nobody said U571. Like U571 is a fantastic code breaker movie because there's like the enigma that they're trying to get in it. Like that's like, for everybody that said Hunt for Red October or Crimson Tide, no, U571 is better than that for the code breaker sense. Das Boot. Das Boot is like, have you ever watched Das Boot? Das Boot is amazing. It's a really, really good movie. It's a little long, but like the atmospheric sense of it is really, really good. Really, really good.
Have you ever watched that? And I cannot remember. I've got to go look this back up. But have you ever watched that series about the number stations?
I can't.
It's a British series, and they take it into this science fiction realm. And I found it really interesting, but it's like, I don't know, 12, 14 episodes, if not more. And they start off with that one that plays the song every time before they start singing.
That was the British one.
Yeah, the poacher, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that song is haunting. That song is haunting.
Yes. but the is funny, and it's meant to be funny, and then they take it in a way that it's not. Obviously, the number station turns out to be some kind of a monster, so you have to you have to kind of be willing to throw in some disbelief in there. But I laughed all the way through it. I thought it was great, and I remember bringing it up to you at one time on the after chat, but I cannot remember. It's on Amazon Prime.
What's it called?
That's what I can't remember that.
Oh, damn it!
I need to go look it up, and I'll send you a deal. By the way, did you see the stuff I posted in the podcast chat?
I don't know.
Okay, it was my, and I have it here. It was my Cub Scout manual.
Oh yes,
And-
I did see that.
Yeah.
I did. I saw that. I didn't think it was. I didn't realize it was yours. I wasn't looking. I just saw the picture and I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Legit,
if you look at the picture on the front, or the first picture of the cover, it has my name written across the top of and then the whole point was, like, my mother kept it. That was probably in 1966 was when that was going on. I mean, when I was that young, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of really good movie ideas. We have hit the Back to Future trilogy. Actually, I don't think they've seen the third, so that's good. We got to go back to that. Of course, we've seen Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh yeah,
My
but
wife
you
is
got to watch it
Chinese.
again.
Amazing. Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is a fantastic option. I don't know that they're old enough, although I think both of them have read at least parts of the first book. So I got hopes that we got good nerd classic fantasy people growing here, because you got to get. I mean, we're not at the Cimmerillion level, but we gotta build the base. We gotta build the base. So they're hopefully doing that. I don't even want to get started on Andor. By the way, adults that are watching right now, if you thought Star Wars sucks, you should start watching this show immediately. Immediately. Like, stop what you're doing. Best of the weekend. Here's the advice. Go watch Andor. Andor is the best thing that I think it was almost like Disney fought the creation of it. I want to believe that in my heart of hearts. Andor is possibly the best Star Wars thing that has come out in a decade or more. It is so much fun, and it sucks, and it's amazing. That's all I have to say about Andor. It is amazing. I love Andor. Top idea on that one. That's very good.
It really is.
Yeah, I cannot tell everybody who's a Star Wars fan any better to go watch Andor. Like, if you've not seen that would be crazy. Anyway, all right. I think we're gonna wrap up here, and I'm gonna go make all my children watch all this content. But first, we must war games. So we're gonna watch war games. But yes.
Did you know that there actually is a movie called The Number Station with John Cusack in it?
I don't know if it's called. I don't know if I knew that one. There's that mosquito again.
It's a 2013 movie. I've never seen it.
I thought
don't
it was
know
the
if
numbers of the room or
yeah,
something. It was about the
Number
numbers.
Station. Yeah.
I don't. I'll have to look it up. Oh, that's
Yeah.
good too. Behind Enemy Lines is really good. Not historically accurate about Vasily Saisev, but look up. Actually, there's a lot of videos about that. The movie was Steve with my heart in my. I'll wait a second. Vasily Saisev and the historical accuracy of that movie is strongly debated, but very good otherwise. But Steve dropped, and I have a strong recommendation. If no one has seen this before, go watch the movie Buckaroo Banzai. Buckaroo Banzai is one of my favorite types of movies where I don't want your backstory. I don't want all this other crap. I know the character, or even if I don't know the character, I just want to walk in a day of your life. And that is Buckaroo Banzai. If you have never seen this movie, it is so highly recommended.
It is a cult classic.
Is so good. What's the watermelon for? Steve, what's the watermelon for?
Oh, I forgot.
Steve, you're leaving me hanging. Steve, what's the watermelon for?
I don't remember.
We don't ask that question. And then we move on.
Then we move on.
Jeff Goldblum is in this movie in possibly the stupidest outfit you could ever expect a man to roll out in. It is amazing. If I take it back, anything I told you to watch, if you have not watched Buckaroo Banzai, stop this show right now. Get that queued up and go watch it this weekend.
I'll date myself. I saw that in the movies. I saw that in the movies.
Respect. Trust. You will have a good time. It is a great movie. We could talk about it next week. That's your homework for this week. That's your homework. Go watch Buckaroo Banzai. It is fantastic. You will like it. I know it. I know it. All right, I am out of here, guys. I'm gonna head out. So thank you, everybody on the Discord. Appreciate
Josh,
you.
before you leave, you might hear a lot of cheering outside right now.
Why?
Dodgers are up a point at the bottom of the 11th.
I don't know anything about that, man.
Yeah.
I don't know
Just
anything about the Dodgers.
don't care.
You know where I'm from is the Doyers. I'm gonna go get me a foot-long hot dog in a minute from a lady on a street that's cooking up some hot dogs. That's what I know. Some Doyer
There you
dogs.
go.
All right, everybody on the Discord, take it easy. I'll talk to you next week. 73.
73, Josh.
All right, I literally have no idea what is going on with the Dodgers, but I'll walk outside. Maybe I'll start my drone, see if there's some fireworks blowing off or anything. Otherwise, I'm gonna get ready for watching some movies. I think it still has to be war games. I think I gotta lay a baseline. I think I gotta lay a baseline for the kids to know how far we've come before we get to Buckaroo Banzai in the fourth dimension. But until I talk to you again, join me next week on Saturday where we go live. I will be there. 73. I appreciate you. Take it easy. See ya.
Let's play a game. You don't even have a call sign. Step out like a man and give us a call sign. And give us a call sign. Step out like a man and give us a call sign. And give us a call sign. Out of a twist, step up like a man and give us a call sign. Or beat it. Or beat it. Panty out of a twist, step up like a man and give us a call sign. Or beat it. Or let's play a game. And give us a call sign. And give us a call sign. Or beat it. Let's play a game. And give us a call sign. And give us a call sign. Or beat it. Let's play a game. And give us a call sign. sign and give us a call sign. Or beat it. Let's play a game. Get your panties out of a twist and give us a call sign. Or